Good afternoon and welcome back to my shop. I have something special here. This is just a wicked big slab from a Northern California redwood tree up there near the coast. My dad has had it for 15 or 20 years. He just brought it to me last night. He wants a coffee table. So I had to make a new sled to flatten this. This thing's big. Hopefully I can come out tomorrow morning and get this thing flat, at least one side, hopefully two. I still have some cleaning up to do, but made a little bit of progress. Well, I have one flat side. That took 4 passes. It took a while, but it looks good. So I'm going to unbutton it, flip it over, take a little break, and flatten the other side. This slab looks beautiful. It is flat both sides. It's still 2 inches thick, almost 2 inches exactly, so that's great. That's what I wanted. Oh, wow. That is beautiful. That's pretty cool. It'll look really good once this is done. Alright, it is time to make some progress. I've been struggling with what to do with this piece right here. I wanted to use it if possible, but I don't want to make this an epoxy table or fill this void right here with epoxy to stabilize this. Thought of a couple different ways to try to work with it, but ultimately I am going to cut this off. It was a tough decision. It's coming off. That's not bad for like a $12 jigsaw that I've had for 7 years. That was hard to cut off, but I've got a really cool piece that I can work with in the future. And I think the overall look of this table is going to be a lot better with that off. So I'm going to spend some time today cleaning up the live edges some more, doing some more sanding, and figuring out what I'm going to do for the base or the legs. I don't know yet. Alright, it is time to get back to work. I've kind of taken a few days off. I haven't been feeling too well, but I'm going to put the slab, it's there behind me. I'm putting that away. It's not ready for finish yet. Still needs a lot of work on that live edge to clean it up, but I've got some walnut, and I'm going to start working on the legs or the base. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I have an idea. I'm not going to get too crazy with it because the highlight here is the tabletop. This is going to be a coffee table. I do want it to look good, and we're going to get started. So I got a little carried away and forgot to hit film when I was dadoing these out. I've almost got a perfect fit here for these, for this little center brace. Rather than raise my dado blade anymore, I'm just going to face joint this centerpiece, probably just one more time, and I think I should have a perfect fit, so we'll see. Those were critical cuts for me. There was no room for error, so it would have been a costly mistake. Luckily, dry fit up is perfect, with a little room for sanding. Yep. So I just cleaned the legs with acetone. I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes and I'm gonna glue it up, call it a night, quick and easy. My little makeshift jig appeared to work really good. I'll just get my chisels out and clean that up, and I hope that just fits nice and tight like the rest of my joints. Oh, nice. That is a really nice tight fit. I just got to clean the bottom of the joint up and it should be pretty close to flush. So this does not look like much yet, but it all fits really great, and I've got some ideas. It's still really raw. It needs a lot of work, a lot of finish work. So just stick with me, and hopefully it looks good by the time we're done with what we're going to do here. Those are perfectly square. It is time to wait for glue to dry and think. I need to think about what I want to do next. My main focus today is going to be getting these legs cleaned up. I gotta cut the exposed dowels off, sand the wood glue that's off there, and I just gotta clean them up and do some more final sanding. What's my dog doing? Well, I tripped over my tripod and broke it, so I didn't film a whole lot, but my legs are mostly done back there behind me. That's all I have time for today, so pretty much. Good morning. We are finally back at it. These last few weeks I haven't made a lot of progress. I've been really busy with some work stuff, but things have stabilized and we're ready to rock and roll. We are having some fun out today. It's finally warm. It's only supposed to be about 43, and it's probably about 43 right now, so it's starting to feel pretty good. At this point, I am pretty much ready to start prepping this thing to start finished work. I am going to do an epoxy flood coat on the redwood and probably just use Rubio Monocoat, excuse me, on the walnut base. I wasn't going to, but I decided I am going to water pop the base, so I'm going to go over that with a light coat of water, put it outside to dry. While that's drying, I'm going to start sanding the top a little bit more, cleaning up my pencil marks, clean the live edge up a little bit, but I think I've got it. I've probably got it as good as I can do it without, you know, specialized sandblasting stuff. So we are ready to start finish work. My tabletop has been, I've got it cleaned, washed it down with mineral spirits, and it's in my house, in my gear room. I've got some, I've got a tarp down on the ground, and that's where I'm going to pour it. It's just too cold for it to cure out here. Right now I'm going to mix up some Rubio Monocoat, and I'll probably break this down into 3 quadrants and apply the Rubio, get it cleaned off, then I'll flip it over and get all the spots that I've missed. So here we go. Well, here we are. I'm going to do my first seal coat. I'm probably going to have to do at least 2, maybe even 3 seal coats. This redwood is really soft, so it's going to soak a lot of this up. We'll see what that does for me. That tabletop looks stunning, and this is just the seal coat. I expect to do at least 1 more, if not 2 more seal coats. So I'm going to let this thing cure, then I'll sand it, do another seal coat. Hopefully that happens in a few days, but I'm going to be monitoring the drips for probably the next hour or 2. I'll just check on it every 10 or 15 minutes and wipe the drips off the bottom. I don't care if it drips on the floor. I've got several layers of tarps down. I just don't want that much cleanup when I'm actually done with this process. So seal coat 1's out of the way. It looks beautiful, and we'll see you in a few days when we're ready for the next. Here we are a few days later. The seal coat absorbed a lot. It's a little rough, but that's okay. That's what a seal coat's supposed to do. I used 220 grit and sanded this top for about 20 minutes to get it ready for the next coat of epoxy before cleaning as much of the loose dust off as I could with my shop vac. I then used a tack cloth to make sure that this is as clean as possible before I pour the next coat. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can't bring this back to life. Wow, that thing is just mind-blowing. The second seal coat went a lot better. We'll see how much this absorbs. Already it's doing a lot better than the first coat, so this might be my last seal coat. Then I'll sand it once more and pour a flood coat, but we'll see what happens. So I don't think it's going to need any self-leveling feet, but I've already, made the holes for them. I'm going to stick them in there just in case. A month later, Dad's coffee table's done. It's really shiny, very high gloss, and I'm trying to get a good picture because the grain is just insane, but all I'm getting is reflections from up above.